Hello guys, this is Miguel with BoostAndRedline. I appreciate you watching this video, and it occurred to me today that one of the most important things when I drive my truck is that I make sure my truck drives as smoothly as possible. And one of the things that is important to me also is that my truck is running efficient, and with that comes miles per gallon. So I figure, why not make a video where I share with you guys what I do when it comes to doing fuel additives, and what type of products do I use and how I do it. And so do kind of a DIY on how I do my fuel additive prep and basically everything else that has to do with it. So hop on and let's go for a ride. One of the things I hate the most about Tampa here is the fact that I haven't been able to find an actual do-it-yourself or wash-it-yourself car wash place. Basically, this is what I'm having to do to get my truck washed, which is disappointing to say the least. It makes me kind of sad. Always creeps me out because I think that for some reason or another I do not have my windows all up, when in reality I do. Whenever I do lift this truck, I am going to have some issues because it may not fit in here. And we have sustained some damage here, guys. You can see it kind of snapped it off. So this is really why I hate car washes. I'd rather wash my car myself and just take the time, actually spend some quality time getting my car clean the way that I like it. Because when you go to a car wash, this is the kind of crap that can happen to you right here. So disappointing. Look at this. So I'm not really sure how damaged that is, but we'll take a look. Is product number one right over here. Okay, so this is Highways Lubricator Diesel Treatment, and we'll go over it a little bit more detail in just a second. And here is product number two right over here. It's Marvel Mystery Oil. There's a bigger bottle than this one. I'm picking this one up just to show you guys. I usually buy the bigger one. Okay guys, so these are the products I was talking about. I'm gonna go over them one at a time, kind of explain what they do and how they work. So number one, as I was mentioning earlier, we have the House Lubricator Diesel Treatment. This is professional grade performance diesel conditioner and anti-gel. So I'm going to go a little deeper into that. And then of course, as I was talking about earlier, the Mystery Marvel Oil. I have both the smaller and bigger container there. You'll see why I have both. Before you go crazy on the comment section below, that I am in no way, shape or form being sponsored by any of these products. This is basically my approach, my habit, what I do to my truck every time I pump diesel, and basically how I maintain my truck, and how I treat my fuel, the advantages that it has, and basically everything else in between. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one here, House Lubricator. It's very important to understand the way diesel comes in nowadays. So nowadays with the ultra low sulfur diesel, or ULSD as it's known, basically the viscosity and the lubricity of it is very low. It's basically missing a lot of important lubricants within the diesel that are important for better combustion and a better ratio every time for every explosion within your engine. Now you're probably going crazy thinking that why is it why are you going over a anti-gel fuel additive if you live in Florida? Well, I live in Florida. You're absolutely right. It doesn't freeze down here. It doesn't snow. Pretty obvious. But that's not the only thing that this product is good for. It does a variety of different things. First of all, it removes water. And it doesn't take a genius to know that any water within your fuel is obviously not a good thing for your fuel system. Your car runs on fuel, not water. So removing water is obviously a plus. There's a boost in power and performance. That's a plus. You want your car to perform better, have more performance overall, and basically be able to have more power. Stops any smoking that your vehicle may happen to have. And then this is the biggest one, this is the reason why I use it. It increases MPG. Obviously it gives you a lot more miles per gallon. Extends the fuel filter life, so the filter in your truck definitely is gonna last a lot longer because you're treating your diesel properly. It cleans and lubricates the injectors, so obviously your injectors are gonna be squeaky clean from the inside out, and they're gonna be lubricated at all times. So this is basically product number one. Again, we're mainly focusing on increasing MPG or miles per gallon, but it also does a variety of other things like increase power and performance, which also comes handy with increasing miles per gallon. So that's the first product right here. Now let me talk about the other one here. So the Marvel Mystery Oil, it's a similar product, basically, but it's slightly different. It's really good for helping your engine life overall. It also improves fuel economy, of course, make your car run more efficient because your car is running a lot cleaner. Basically getting rid of all that gunk, getting rid of all the inefficiency within your engine. And then of course it cleans the engine from the inside out. So needless to say, your engine is going to last a lot longer because the fuel that you're actually using to run your engine is a lot cleaner, and therefore your engine itself is going to have less possibility of a breakdown if all other maintenance, of course, is taken into consideration because of the fact that you're using this type of product right here. It removes a lot of carbon deposits. Basically, it takes care of sludge and carbon, and a cleaner engine runs better for longer. So basically, it takes care of the harmful deposits and sludge and carbon within your engine. When we talk about fuel economy, basically the spark plugs and the fuel injectors are free from carbon deposits. So it's obviously going to help the firing of your spark plugs and basically everything else to work a lot smoother, and then therefore resulting in a better synchronization of the firing of the plugs. And last but not least, optimal fuel use. Of course, if they're firing the right time and they're doing so efficiently, your engine is working optimally. Last but not least, protects against any extreme temperature. It fortifies your motor oil. So this one is meant for two different things. It can be added to both your gas and your engine oil, and it definitely works really good on both. Every time I do an oil change, I use one of these guys. Basically add it into my oil every time I do an oil change, and it definitely makes a huge difference. Let's talk about how they work together, or how I use them together. So what I do basically is I don't necessarily buy this one as much. I buy this one when I'm doing an oil change, but normally buy the bigger version of it, which is right here. This is a 1 gallon of the Marvel oil, and then the house lubricator is about half a gallon. So we're talking about a gallon to a half a gallon, okay? And what I do is I basically find a bigger container than the both of them. So basically I find a container where to mix equal parts, all that's in this 1 gallon and all that is in this half a gallon, into one same container. Of course, whether you use a funnel or use whatever, depending on whatever type of container you're using. and then I actually pour it back to the same bottles. Okay, so once I mix the half a gallon of the house lubricator and I mix the 1 gallon of the Marvel mystery oil, I will basically house them back into their own container. This one here, for example, it's already mixed. It already has the right proportions. So when I go pump, basically my truck has about 35 gallons total. So when I pump, we're talking about $80 total, and that's 35 gallons. So what I do basically is, if you look at this 1 gallon container, basically out of this 1 gallon bottle, I divide it into four different pumps. So I can actually pump 4 different times, and we're talking about not just pumping halfway through your tank or pumping 3/4 into your tank. I usually go about under 1/4 of a tank before I pump again, and that's where I divide the bottle into 4, and I basically pour 1/4 of the bottle every time that I pump. These 2 products are actually very affordable. I got these from Walmart. Okay, no shame on that. If it makes you feel better to buy these products from some type of performance website or some type of aftermarket website or AutoZone or whatever, you name it, and it costs more and you're fine paying the extra amount of money just because it makes you feel better that you didn't get it from Walmart, that's fine. By all means, go right ahead and go for it. Myself, I don't mind saving a couple bucks. I know Walmart actually has it a lot cheaper than all the other places. So that's basically where I've gotten it. And if there was ever any other place that offers it more affordable, then I would definitely go with them. I'm not sponsoring this product by any means. I'm basically just giving advice or sharing with the community of diesel truck owners or diesel car owners out there that basically want to maximize the efficiency of their cars or trucks, and at the same time make sure that their fuel systems and their cars overall actually do last a lot longer, and they actually burn their diesel a lot cleaner and a lot more efficiently, and therefore they extend their engine life overall because you're actually lubricating your fuel. That being said, we're talking about $9.84. So this is $9.84. Okay. And then the smaller version here of the Marvel oil, we're talking about $3.88. This bigger version here, I'm pretty sure that it goes for about closer to $10. So $10 plus another $9.84 with tax. I mean, we're talking about $20. Okay, so $20 total. Okay, and when you combine these two, 1 gallon with half a gallon, okay, you're gonna get a gallon and a half. So I'm taking a scientist for that. And you basically have at least 6 different pumps. So you can pump 6 different times, okay, with basically combining these two, okay, just do 1/4 of a gallon every single time, okay, and that's all you need to do. And this will give you about 1.5 gallons. You divide into 6, you get 1/4 of a gallon every single time you fill your tank. You put 1/4 of this liquid in, and trust me, you will see a lot of fuel savings. Okay, number 1, your MPG is gonna go way up. Your engine is gonna be a lot cleaner. Okay, your engine is gonna fire and run a lot smoother, and therefore it's gonna last a lot longer. Especially if you're running a diesel, you need to do this. Okay, if you have a diesel car or a diesel truck, you cannot afford to just run on plain diesel as it is. Diesel, unlike gas, has more of a need for fuel additive, lubricity, in order for your engine to work at its peak. This has been a week. I pumped on Sunday. I did the mixture and added with my fuel, and it's been a week later, and the needle there, it's about closer to 3/4 of a tank, but not quite 3/4 of a tank yet. So I still have another bar or something before I hit 3/4 of a tank. And that's, let's see, 147 miles later. And that's the actual fuel right there. Guys, so this is the second week or end of week 2, and as you can see, I didn't necessarily do about 160 miles as I did the week before. I did closer to 110 or so, and I did drive it a little bit more aggressively than I did any other time. Oh, there it is. Still have half a tank. The needle there is just a hair past under half tank, so it's basically the efficiency that the truck's been doing this whole time. Trust me on this, give it a try. If you have never done any fuel additives to your car, go ahead and give it a try. A lot of these brands, they back up what they sell. You know, they all basically stand behind their product very strongly, and that's why I use them, you know, because of the warranty and the quality, okay, that they offer and how they help my truck. So I do want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you really liked the video and if it was helpful, if you can go ahead and give this a try, or you've already tried this, please go ahead and leave those comments down below. Okay, share with us and everybody else, you know, what you think, how it worked for you, any suggestions or anything else like that. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're stopping to the channel for the very first time. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. DIY and do kind of a DIY. It's the house lubricator. So this one here is the house lubricator. Basically what this product does. Okay, you guys can be in there. You guys just can't be there, okay? I love you and all, but that's for you too, buddy. Okay?